Hey everybody, welcome to another episode from Deckhand Davey. Today we'll be talking about the KOSS KSC75 Sport Clip earphones. Tech specs on these earphones are frequency response of 15 to 25,000 hertz, impedance of 60 ohms, and the rest you're probably not interested in, but it's there. Features: clip-on style earphones requires no headband, which is pretty cool, ultra portable and light, big plus, super affordable at $19.99 retail. Awesome. It's got titanium coated high polymer drivers, which is pretty nice for this type of inexpensive headphone, and it's got a neodymium iron boron magnet to offer better bass performance. Whatever the case, it does have excellent bass, but we'll get to that later. So here's the product in its packaging, something you'd probably see if you were to walk down a Walmart aisle in the audio section, something you'd probably just not take a second glance at. But we're not really here to talk about the packaging. But in any case, this is what it looks like. Pretty cheap. It's got a bubble wrap type, or a bubble packaging type of style. Some information on the back there. And some of the specs I just covered. Alright, and here you have your standard specification information on the back, as I've outlined earlier. And there you go, the packaging. So this got to pop back open. You don't have to cut into it. I was about to take my knife out and just slaughter the thing, but you can just pop the top out, remove it, and have an easy unpacking. You got some packing paper, excuse me, your warranty information, and some other stuff. Not very interesting. But let's start taking this out of the bubble packing or the plastic packing and get to the meat of the potato. Alright, so here you have it, the KOSS KSC75s. They're very light, and they don't have the headband, so obviously using a lot of that weight. Here's your 4-foot cord, which is plenty if you're on the go or at the gym or what have you. And somebody may be asking, why would I need one of these? My headphones are just doing fine. My IMs are great. Well, these are light. They don't have a headband, so keep that in mind. Also, these are, well, you can just see there, I popped this off. These are kind of being marketed as more of a sport product, but I have to differ because they don't cling on to the ears that well. And I'll cover that in a second. As a matter of fact, these things don't cling on at all when you take them out of the package. My ears are a little bit larger, and I hated these when I first unpackaged them. As a matter of fact, I was going to give this thing an F. I was going to fail this review and tell you not to go out and buy it. But to be honest, I was a little closed-minded on it, and I had to do some research and find out that you can actually bend the clip to any size your ear is. Once you got these fitting on properly, I can tell you, they're very comfortable, and they stay on pretty well. You just got to make sure the clip is putting enough pressure against your ear to stay on proper, especially if you're doing running or something like that. So I think they'll work as a decent workout item, but for the most part, just be sure to clip these things the proper way before you take it out, right after you take it out of the package, so it'll sit on your ear properly. Speaking of sitting on your ear, this is what you can expect it to look like when it's on you. Bing! Yes, that's me. Well, anyways, I just want to give you an idea because I couldn't find a single picture on all the internets that would show me how to sit this properly on your ear. That was it. Rewind if you want and enjoy yourself. But anyways, that's the clip-on portion. Again, they are very comfortable once you got them clipped on right. So just be sure to fit them properly. Well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What do I like about the KOSS KSC75s? Why are they great? Why am I reviewing this? Well, $20, and bam, A+. But not because of the $20. They got my seal of approval because of quite a few things, and I'm going to cover that right now. First of all, fit and finish, well, not great. It's actually subpar, but definitely usable. Just be careful not to manhandle the earphones because they can pop out of the clips pretty easily. When I first put my paws on them, they felt fairly cheap. Although light, they felt cheap, and I must admit, they are cheap. But for $20, what else are you going to expect? So once you have bent the clips to fit your ear properly, which can take a bit of time to do, these earphones have proven to be very, very comfortable. Almost to the point I forgot I had them on. And that's pretty darn awesome. Now the sound quality, which y'all want to hear about. Well, the overall sound quality reveals very controlled and balanced highs, mids, and bass. Something you don't usually expect out of something of this type of earphone. I was expecting this to have some type of muddy or slow congested sound signature. Definitely doesn't have that. Complete opposite. Something very surprising and something I'm very happy about. I think of these earphones as my baby Grados. Now, those of you who are Grado fans, don't kill me for saying that, but to be honest, these earphones have lovely crystal clear highs, lots of detail, and they're fast. And fast, I'll get to that in a second, but lovely highs. Not so much as their sibilants or over sizzling poppy sounds in the highs, but just enough to have that Grado-esque sound. Fair warning though, they can be a little bright, but overall still enjoyable. With well-mastered tracks of rock and pop, you can see that the rhythm, or you can tell that it has a really nice rhythm and attack to the sound. So it's very on beat. It doesn't sound slow. It sounds kind of fast, kind of like energy's behind it. I love that, and that's something what a lot of Grado fans like. But anyways, let's get away from the whole Grado thing. Let's get to the mids. The mids are nice, but they could come out just a little bit more. They sound somewhat delicate, slightly airy, but for some, maybe some of you like that sort of sound signature. For me, I like something a little bit more punchy, but overall, it's got a good balance. Bass is excellent. Not so much, or not too much, or not too little. It's just about as accurate as the highs are, in my opinion, which is a very, very good thing. The bass sounds almost perfect, especially if your amp and source have a warmer sound quality when paired with these headphones or earphones. So for those of you wanting something a bit more aggressive with a bit more punch, you may want to try the cousin of these earphones, which is the KOSS Pros. They are both built around the same type of design in the driver, but not quite so. They have some different materials. Like for example, this has a titanium driver. The Pro does not. And correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but I do not think the Pro has that. So because of the titanium driver, you're going to have a little bit more brighter highs, a little crystal clear highs, and they're very silky smooth on top of that, something that's really nice. So keep that in mind. Also, the Pros have a really clinchy type of headband that really socks those earphones straight to your ears. This doesn't. This kind of is not, it's on your ears, but it's not directly putting that amount of pressure, so you're having more of an airy type of sensation when listening to these earphones. You're letting more a sound pass through and go out, rather than more of a confined sound versus the Pros. For those of you who do have Pros, you probably know what I'm talking about. So, just be warned, the bass can be sometimes fart cannons with some tracks on the Pros if you decide to go that route because of the clenching factor, which tends at times to destroy the mids and the highs, which I've found. So I'm not a big fan of the Pros. They're great pair of headphones, but because of the bass factor, which you can actually control from the clenching, it's still something that I don't truly desire. So in ending, I suggest that those of you who have not heard the KSC75s to go to your local store or online retailer and buy a pair now, immediately. Don't wait. It's only $20. Actually, I got mine from Amazon, which is $15. Free shipping. Come on. You can't beat that. And I'm not just talking about those of you who are new to headphone audiophilia, but even for those of you who are seasoned audiophile vets who never really got around to picking up a pair. I'm one of those guys. I just heard about them, but I never bothered because the price kind of said, you know what, maybe it's just not worth my time. I'm sure it's good for some people, but I was wrong. So give them a try. I give the KOSS KSC75 my Deckhand Davy stamp of approval for whatever it's worth. So you will not be sorry, I can promise you. Again, only $19. Well guys, thanks for watching. This has been a Deckhand Davy review of the KOSS KSC75s, and stay tuned for another new review coming up this week, maybe today. No, I'm putting this one up today. Anyways, see y'all guys later, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.